Hello, everyone. I'm Indra Bartona, and welcome to my show. If you haven't joined me before, I talk about topics related to how to stay on path to a positive vibe lifestyle, interview guests, and also host guided meditations. Today's show, we interview our guest, Joshua Kangley. He's an author and podcaster of his own show, Mind Shift with Joshua Kangley, where he interviews guests from all backgrounds and shares experiences on helping others. His mission is to help as many people as he can to reach their success. And we talk about his new book, Guiding Light Series Volume 2, Mind Shift 2022. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you found this show interesting or helpful, please like, comment, as I love your comments. So let's get started. Hello, Josh, and welcome to the show.
Hello, Indra. How are you?
I am truly blessed to have you here today. It's so wonderful. Thank you so
Happy to be
much.
here.
Yes, I love it. We have had so much fun having you as a special guest on our Twitter Spaces and talking about so many amazing topics with you there. So it just is amazing that to have you here and to interview you about, well, first of all, I mean, you have just accomplished completing a second book, Volume 2 of the Guiding Light series, Mind Shift 2022. So congratulations.
Yes, which you are a big part of. So I'm happy to be here too. And it's been an honor being in your Twitter spaces and again, working with you on this book that just came out. So absolutely.
Thank you so much for giving me the honor of being a co-author among many of the talented people in your book. And I see why your brand is all about showcasing and highlighting other people and because this is just truly your brand. So it's just an amazing blessing to be part of this book. And I want to kind of backtrack to the idea behind even the first volume because both books have this same kind of theme. What was your inspiration behind even starting this series, this Guiding Light series?
You know, that's a great question. I think it all stems from just my wanting to continue the conversation, continue to shine a light on other people who are doing amazing things. And really what kicked it off was in 2020, it just seemed like the world imploded. It just went kind of crazy there for us all. And so I thought, you know what? And this is where you come into play too, because you're doing the exact same thing. And that's why I love talking to people like you. And that's why you're in the book. So, but what I wanted to do was, when we needed it the most, just continue to shine a light on positivity, shine a light on the good news in life, because yes, there's a lot of stuff that's happening and we're still working through, but also there's a lot of really cool things, a lot of really cool people like yourself. And, we can learn from those things. We can learn from those people, those stories, and enrich ourselves and for the better for ourselves and to help other people too along the way. That's really what kicked it off in 2020.
I love this concept, and tell us a little bit about some of the chapters without giving too much away. But I mean, I guess you're the best person to kind of highlight everything. But if somebody wanted to know, okay, well, what is this book about? What would you say, this current book that's just released?
Yeah, it's really a diverse group of people from all different backgrounds, and that's really the cool part of it too. Is you get to learn from just a litany of different people with different backgrounds and experiences, and through that, what really comes onto the page, like in your story as well, is just bringing the reader into their story, how they perceive life and success and happiness, and just how they were able to overcome those challenges in life, to then give the reader something to learn from it. And that's really the kind of the meat and potatoes behind the book, is giving the reader some valuable lessons to learn from, um, inspiration. It takes you through the journey of just um, the beginning to the end, so to speak, and the reader's left with some good takeaways, some good gems and golden nuggets that they can use in their life. It's practical, and there's stories, a little bit of stories for everyone. So yeah, it's very interesting and fun to work with people like you, because you learn from so many different things, and that their backgrounds and their experiences really come to life on the page.
Wonderful. And anybody that's watching the show, there's going to be a link below this interview where you guys can get a copy of the book on Amazon. So we'll definitely put all that information there. So I want to talk about, I know I always say this like it's one of my favorite topics, but I actually know it's one of your favorite topics, gratitude today. So
Yes,
Josh,
absolutely.
what does the word gratitude even mean to you?
So such a great question, and gratitude is so important. It's been so important in my life, and we've had many conversations about it. And I love having these conversations because it's so important. And when I think about gratitude, what I think about is my grandmother, because that's really where I started to learn this concept. And so I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. There was a point, in my childhood where I actually lived with them for quite some time. And one of the things that my grandmother always was saying to me, was count your blessings. And it's funny because I learned so much about life, you know, now that I think about it, from my grandparents and all that time with them. And like I said, my grandmother, she'd always say, count your blessings. And of course, when you're young, you don't really know what that means. But just seeing her, just her graciousness, her whole mindset was being grateful. And what she would do at night before we went to bed, is she would pray every night. And basically what it was her just, you know, being thankful is really what it was. And my grandparents had 12 children, and so I have a ton of cousins, a ton of uncles and aunts, and
I love
she
it.
yes, and she would literally go to sleep, you know, as she's being thankful and counting her blessings and praying for each one of her children, her grandchildren. And she would, so that that really stuck with me through all my life. And so even to this day, you know I am grateful. I take account of what I'm grateful for, and I make sure that I am in that mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. When did you really start to embrace gratitude, and how do you practice gratitude?
Um, you know, it, so when I really started putting into practice is probably about 2017, you know, um, and things started coming together for me. And I started realizing all of those things my grandmother taught me. And I started realizing the importance of gratitude. And in 2017, what happened is I came to this realization about my life and about my purpose. And that's really also what kind of was the catalyst to me shooting forward with my podcast, my books, and really just wanting to share this information with people, because it helped me in my life. Um, it's grounded me. When I'm grateful, I feel grounded. I'm in the now. And speaking back to 2017 is when things kind of got out of control a little bit for me. So um, I started so I realized I was valuing the wrong things, and I was chasing the wrong things, and that around me there's a whole lot of things that I can be grateful for. And there's so many awesome things in my life right now. Sure, I may not be where I want to be, or I had goals and dreams, but being grateful, throughout my life, when I practicing gratefulness and gratitude, it centers me and it grounds me in the now. And it just puts me in a place where I can be at peace. And then through positivity and that mindset, I can tackle those obstacles. I can navigate through life.
So you mentioned that it was in 2017. So that was the point where you started to get more connected to living with gratitude. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
What was the turning point for you where uh, in 2017 you decided, okay, this isn't working for me. I need
Yeah.
to change.
Well, it's a crazy story, and I actually probably want to go back to 2000s, late 2016. Actually, is when it really started to take place. Is because in 2016 is when I was doing the groundwork, and so what happened in 2016 is that I got to a place where I was in a comfort zone. Like I said, I was chasing the wrong things. I wasn't comfortable. Things weren't lining up in my life. Um, I was overweight. I was severely overweight. And what happened is I was having a hard time breathing. And one night I woke up in the middle of the night just grasping for air. So apparently I probably had sleep apnea and snoring a lot. So I literally, it jolted me out of my sleep. And I just felt this extreme like panic. That I couldn't breathe. And it was right then and there. We just had our first child. Um, and it was right then and there. I'm like, that scared me out of my pants, really. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, it was that in that moment where you know what, I need to make some life changes. I really need to start um, reevaluating my place in life right now and where I'm at and what I'm
sure.
valuing. And that's really what kind of scared me into this. And so what happened from there is I started eating better. I started really paying attention to my diet. I started putting, reassessing what am I putting into my body, mind, body, soul, and what am I doing with that? What's the manifestation out of that? And so I went diet. I went, podcast and music that only uplifted me. I went books and things like that that only
Sure.
served me to gain knowledge. And it was in that it just changed my trajectory in life. And then I started seeing opportunities that were there that were there before. I started being more clear in my purpose. Um, and that's when I met a woman named Patricia Leonard, and I've talked about her many many times, and she's a big part of my story too because it was her that inspired me to write my first book. It was her that inspired me to do a lot of things, and so that was really the main thing, and was that whole health scare and that whole kind of reassessment of my life that just kind of put me in more alignment with my purpose. And then in 2017 is when I discovered my purpose, and that was to share these things with as many people as I possibly can, to talk with people like you, to write these books, to share these stories, to give people good news, positive stories, to help them in their life. Because um the comfort zone is not a good place to be. And
Mm.
so if I can help someone get unstuck or find their purpose or just give them a smile in their day, that's really what my main mission is.
Yeah, wow. That's incredible, that journey. And actually you transformed very quickly. To
I
say,
did.
you know, the
And
transformation just sort of like, it happened very quickly. Like here you were
yes,
end of 2016, and by 2017 there was a shift, this
yes,
acknowledgement of this isn't working for me, so I better, change things because, I need to change it up. Gosh.
yes. I'll tell you. I mean, and that's the great thing about it. When you are in alignment and when you're determined, I mean, it's truly remarkable how fast things can happen. In 2 months, I went from probably 300 pounds to 200 pounds.
Wow.
um, which it's not saying that that's a safe thing to do or you should do
Yeah.
that,
But
but for
it's
me,
inspiring that it's a healthier weight, like it impacts
absolutely,
your health, it impacts your energy. I mean, everything, every single
yes,
level of your life. has to be
Yes.
enhanced by this major shift. And the interesting part of, your book name, Mind Shift,
Mm.
and that is predominantly what you have done. You have shifted your mindset dramatically. I mean, to be able to do that is incredible. And look, so much kudos to you, Josh, for taking the plunge and for doing this and committing to it, long term. And the thing is, what I really find inspiring about you is that you are actually the role model for this Mind Shift book. I know that you are highlighting a lot of us in the book, but I have to say that it is fundamentally your journey and your transformation that is really outstanding and has inspired a lot of us. I know when we first met, you were telling me about this journey, and it just really blew me away. And
Wow. Thank you.
I thought I want to be with somebody that has this ability, fluidity, with a ability to move, to shift, to be open to new ideas. And
Yeah.
so I really appreciate the friendship and the support.
Oh, likewise, and that's the great thing too about it is, I believe that connections happen too when you're in that mindset and you're in that you're aligned with your purpose and what you want to do. I think that those connections do happen. And so it's likewise I'm so grateful too. And it's been a great journey to see you grow as well with what you're doing. It's been remarkable.
Thank you so much. I want to
Absolutely.
ask you one more question about gratitude. And it's really, I guess, it's about how does gratitude really enhance things for you in life. If somebody asked you, well, why should I be doing this gratitude practice, or why should I even think about gratitude?
For me, like I was saying, the benefits and the reason why someone should practice gratitude is because it centers you. And now more than ever, I mean, we are bombarded all the time, every single day, whether it's on social media, whether it's on the internet, whether it's, in our everyday today physical world, we're just bombarded with thoughts, ideas, and just different things put upon us. And
Sure.
so for me, it's always centered me. It's always like, you know what? I may not be where I want to be yet, but I have these goals and I have these dreams, and this is where I want to go. And I may not be there yet, but I can be thankful for today. And that's what I really
Yes.
learned from my yeah, from my grandmother is, look, we can be thankful for our health. We can be thankful for today that I'm with you, Indra, that we are, having this great conversation and getting this message to other people. And we can be thankful that, we're able to be here and connect. We can be thankful that, I can listen to some podcasts or some do some courses that can put me on the path to my goals and dreams. So I can be thankful for
Yes.
today. It centers me, it calms me, and it puts me at peace. So I'm not constantly thinking of all the things I don't have or wish
Yes.
I had or all my problems. I can be thankful.
I really love that. Um, I would like to just finish off this incredible chat that we've had. Where are the best places for people to reach out to you and get in contact with you?
The best place probably go to hello, my name is Josh.com. That's kind of my central website. You can also check out my new blog, guidinglights.org, which is a new blog I created to, again, keep shining a light on other amazing people like you, Indra.
Wow,
So,
I've really enjoyed this talk, and I can't believe that time has just flown for us, Josh.
I
Uh,
know.
I can't wait for another time that I get to sit down and have a chat with you, Josh, and share so much of your wisdom and your journey again in this Positivity Vibe Tribe community and with all the folks at the
Yes.
YouTube channel. So, thank you so much today for your time. It truly is a blessing. I am. I just want to send out everybody love, light, and blessings, especially to Josh and your family. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you liked the interview here. And if you want to come back, there's going to be more interviews with Josh and many other of my special guests. So have a blessed day, everyone. And I am sending you love, light, and blessings.
Thank you.